Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
A continuación, Voces en Acción, el programa comunitario que informa a la comunidad latina. Voces en Acción, la verdad en acción. Voices in Action, the truth in action. Now, con ustedes, Jenny Ibarra.
Hi, this is Jenny with Voces en Acción. Let me talk to you guys about one of our sponsors, First Financial Bank. First Financial Bank can help your dream of becoming a homeowner true. The new affordable mortgage program at First Financial Bank can be a great option for those seeking to achieve this dream for themselves and their families. They are here to help you. For more information, call First Financial Bank at 936-439-1800 and discover how First Financial Bank can help you today. That is 936-439-1800. The American dream is at reach at First Financial Bank. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. Hola, les habla Jenny de Voces en Acción y voy a hablar sobre un patrocinador de nosotros, First Financial Bank. First Financial Bank puede ayudar a cualquiera a hacer realidad un sueño de convertirse en propietarios de una casa. El nuevo programa de hipotecas asequibles de First Financial Bank puede ser una gran opción para quienes buscan alcanzar este sueño para ellos y sus familias. Ellos están aquí para ayudarle. Para obtener más información, llame al 936-439-1800 y descubra cómo First Financial Bank puede ayudarle hoy mismo. El número es 936-439-1800. El sueño americano está al alcance en First Financial Bank. Prestamista de vivienda equitativa, miembro FIDC. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, donde quiera que usted esté. Gracias por estar con nosotros en Voces en Acción nuevamente y por compartir este espacio conmigo. Hoy va a ser un show muy bonito porque realmente vamos a hablar de muchas cosas, no solamente de... usualmente tengo un invitado, pero hoy no tengo invitados, así que vamos a hablar sobre cosas que están pasando, vamos a informarnos un poco y vamos a tratar de entender cómo corre este gobierno y qué es lo que está pasando en el gobierno en estos momentos. Gracias por tu atención y si usted tiene algún joven o alguna persona que quiere que aprenda un poco acerca de lo que está pasando con el gobierno de los Estados Unidos y cómo usted puede aprender dónde está el Capitolio de Texas, cómo son las cosas que se hacen en Texas, cómo cada estado trabaja su propio gobierno. Escuche este show que va a ser muy interesante. Good afternoon, good day, wherever you are. Thank you for being with us one more time in Voces en Acción. And here your host, Jenny Rosales, bringing you the latest information like usual. And I'm going to be honest with you today. It's going to be kind of like a little bit of a different show because I'm going to take the whole time myself to talk to you guys and to educate the Hispanic community in regards to the government of the United States. So if you're interested of knowing, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a teacher, a history teacher. I'm not a professional on government or nothing. I'm just a regular person that has studied enough to make sure that I'm able to give the information with actual facts and actual information from the government of the United States. So basically it's valuable information for those that they don't know and that have come to the United States, that they're able to understand how the government of the United States works and how the capital, the Texas is, and all the things that are happening in Texas, because this is the state where we're at. So thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for staying if you'd like to stay with us and learn a little bit about how the Hispanic community understand that the government of the United States is. That's another thing I'm going to be doing. And we're going to talk about the word indictment. That's something that somebody asked me. Please explain them what is an indictment, because there has been 3 indictments done to our ex-president, Donald J. Trump, and they're trying to understand how it works, because in our countries and the social regimes, there's no such a thing as indictments. And I will explain that to you guys later on. I'm going to take the opportunity right now to stop a little bit and talk about our sponsors. Our sponsor that has been providing to us all this time their generosity is First Financial Bank. First Financial Bank has been with us since the 1900s, and they are part of our community. They are so attached to our community in every event. They donate money to every cause, and they're working with our small businesses and big businesses to continue the progress in Montgomery County and in Conroe. And I'm taking the time to say thank you, First Financial Bank, for sponsoring us. They are able to provide you for all your needs and financial needs, everything from buying a car, from purchasing a home, or from basic saving and checking account. You can contact them 936-439-1800, 936-439-1800. They're available Monday to Fridays, and their schedules, and even Saturdays. You can contact them and they will help you directly. And they have a new program that have been for the last year implementing, and that's helping people that are needing to buy a house and they don't have a Social Security number. Those people are able to present their information of what they need, because there's of course form that they need to fill out, and they're able to present the ITIN number, which is the taxes number that everybody in this country pay taxes. So with that number, they're able to purchase a house. Contact them. They will be able to help you. Remember, your American dream is as close as getting them is with First Financial Bank. Quiero tomar el tiempo, por favor, para agradecer al sponsor de nuestro show, a First Financial Bank, por estar con nosotros, por podernos la oportunidad de poder traerle la información a usted al aire y poder comunicarnos con usted todo el tiempo. First Financial Bank ha estado con nosotros desde los 1900 y ha sido parte crucial en nuestra comunidad. Ellos están envueltos en tantas organizaciones y en tanto patrocinaje. Ellos patrocinan a muchos eventos, muchísimos eventos en la comunidad, y ayudan a los pequeños negocios y a los grandes negocios a ejercer. Al mismo tiempo, son banqueros dedicados profesionalmente a usted, a sus necesidades financieras, tanto como cómo invertir su dinero, como establecer una cuenta de banco para sus jóvenes, o cuentas de negocio, o al mismo tiempo comprar una casa. Como se lo dije anteriormente, First Financial Bank tiene un programa que se estableció el año pasado, en el cual ellos pueden ayudarle a usted si usted no tiene el seguro social para poder comprar una casa. Comuníquese con ellos, colaciona sus CIBUTs y con el señor Francisco al 936-439-1800, 936-439-1800. Ellos estarán disponibles para sus necesidades y para que usted pueda comprar su casa. Ellos prestan hasta $400,000 con la aprobación de su ingreso, y pueden hacerle su sueño realidad de ser un dueño de una casa aquí en los Estados Unidos. Recuerde, su sueño es hecho realidad. Del American Dream es mediante First Financial Bank. Thank you. Now, we're going to talk today about, first of all, we're going to talk about the government of the United States, because some of us as Hispanics, when we cross the border, when we come to the United States, when we come in airplanes, when we come, whatever method, whether it's from China, whether it's from Africa, whether it's from Latin America, we have different countries and different cultures and different type of governments. The majority of the governments in Latin America, and that's what I'm saying, I'm going to go ahead and stick on the part of Latin America, because basically I am personally from Latin America. Most of those governments are socialist. They're they create democratic republics, but their majority are socialists. We influence socialists. And when I mean it's socialist, is because they might say that they are open to changes, but literally they're governed completely different from the United States. So when we are talking about Latin America, I want you to understand that Latin America is everything from Mexico down to Argentina. Okay, there's a lot of people that they see you and they say, "Oh, you're from Mexico." No, I'm not from Mexico. I'm from Panama. So when I tell them I'm from Panama, they're like, "Okay, where is Panama?" Because they don't know where is Panama. Okay, so there's several countries after Mexico. And I guess some people do not know this in other countries. They do not look at the map. They just don't go through there. There's from Mexico down to Argentina, there's around 30 something countries, basically, and you're able to see them in the map and you're able to point at them. Each one of those countries have a different government, a different culture, a different type of system, completely different. Okay, and I'm going to be honest with you. Even Panama, which is one of the, I used to be a Commonwealth of the United States until 1965, has their own way of ruling, their own constitution, their own way of doing these things, completely different. But we were supposed to mirror, because we were part of the United States. The same thing as Puerto Rico. We're supposed to mirror the three branches of the United States government, which are the legislative, the judicial, the legislative, and the which is the president. That's it. Those three. Automatically, those are the ones that are set up for us to mirror in those countries, but we literally do mirror them, but do not act on them like the way in the United States is automatically being acted on. And like I say, and I'm going to say this, it's looking differently right now, because when I came in 1985, it was completely on the three judiciary branch, but now things have changed so much that we don't even know what to trust anymore. So that's my point of view. But now this is the way it was written in the Constitution of 1776. That's the rightful Constitution of the United States, not the one in 1796, but the one in 1776. Please, you guys have to go and read that out and find out that that's the correct Constitution of the United States. Now, there have been amendments done to the Constitution, and I understand that part, and there's changes that have been done, and we, of course, we need to acknowledge those, because those are things that are being asked by the government, by the people of the United States. We the people, again, on the Constitution of the United States, thanks the Lord, is we the people. That means the people elects their governors, and the people elects the government, and the people decide what the government wants to, not the government decides for the people. And that's what is supposed to be done, and that's the rightful way that the United States Constitution has been written. In Latin America, no. In Latin America, the government rules the people, and the people obey the government. Even though the people elect their governors, some of the governors, the people that are elected as part of the government, are by finger. That means they're decided to be done, and that's it, and the elections are stolen. That's happening everywhere in Latin America, and there's not a country in Latin America. I think El Salvador is the only one that is now lawfully being elected, and has elected one of the best presidents of the world right now. I'm going to be honest with you, because to me, Mr. Bukele has won the number one president of the world, because this guy is doing the right things for the people, and the people have abided and loved this and voted for this guy directly. And that's something that we can come back on that later on. But we have to understand why I'm teaching this. I'm teaching this because when we as Hispanics come to the United States, we have a different worldview. We think that we have to vote Democrat, because basically in our countries, the Democratic Party is the one that is Christian, with the Christian values, that we don't believe in abortion. The majority of us are very Christians, and we're Catholic founded establishments. That means Catholic founded countries. Everybody from Mexico down to Argentina, we are Catholic-based founded countries. That means the Catholic churches have been there since the creation of the foundation of those automatically countries. So automatically we believe that the Democratic parties are the ones that are upholding, and they are usually upholding the word of the rightfulness and the things that are abiding by the rule of God. So we come to the United States and we face that we have to vote Democrat. and I'm going to be honest with you, say coming back to the United States and realizing that the party that is having the rightful amount of information of Christian values and conservative values is not the Democratic Party, and I can base this on. If you go into the webpage of the values of the Democratic Party and the Republican parties, they're completely different. The values of the Democratic Party are a little bit more liberal than conservative. The Republican Party has a lot more conservative parts from Bible verse products versus than that. So that's another show that we'll have to go back and talk to you guys about it. I will present the correct information about it. Hoy día quiero hablar sobre varias cosas. Vamos a hablar sobre lo que es la formación del gobierno de los Estados Unidos para que ustedes puedan entender por qué estamos nosotros viviendo en una situación como está en estos momentos los Estados Unidos, peleando por su autóctona democracia republicana, porque esto es una república formada. En la Constitución de 1776 es la Constitución original de los Estados Unidos y en esa se basa. Vamos a hablar sobre los diferentes estados. Cada estado tiene su propio gobierno. Cada estado se basa en su propio gobierno. Cada estado tiene un Capitolio y tiene un gobernador. Y ese gobernador, conjuntamente con todos los demás, hacen un conjunto completo y ellos se reportan completamente con la presidencia y toman y aceptan los decretos y las leyes formadas por el Congreso de los Estados Unidos en Washington, D.C. En Washington, D.C., como es supuestamente la sede original del gobierno, allí es donde se debaten las leyes a nivel federal, y repito, no estatal, federal. Y el gobierno estatal en estos momentos tiene su gobernador y dice qué leyes quiere aceptar y qué leyes no quiere aceptar. Esas son cosas que todos tenemos que aprender, porque realmente nosotros decimos completamente, sí, yo veo que se toman estas decisiones y no sé qué. Hay estados liberales abiertos como California y hay estados que no son liberales y son conservadores como Texas. Y ustedes siempre dicen en el mapa, se dice, hay estados rojos, estados azules. Sí, realmente es lo que está pasando, porque se divide en lo que es los estados republicanos y los estados demócratas. Ahora, como estaba hablando con nuestros compatriotas no parlantes del español, ellos están entendiendo estoy explicando cómo en nuestros países. De México hacia la Patagonia, que es Argentina, cada país tiene su propio gobierno, su cultura y su propia identidad. Belice, que se perteneció a Guatemala, tiene esencias de guatemaltecas, muchas por el español, pero está muy bien gobernado o muy bien adoptado en lo que es las leyes británicas, porque Belice perteneció a lo que es la parte británica conquistada del lado de acá de América. Así que eso podría usted buscarlo en el internet o podría buscarlo usted y se va a dar cuenta de esa parte. Se independizaron de Guatemala y se quedaron como parte con influencia británica, ¿ok? Pasa mucho con las Guyanas también. Todas las que son las Guyanas todas están infiltradas o, vamos a decir, ellos hacen lo que se llama el espejo de lo que es el gobierno británico. Pero Panamá, El Salvador, Ecuador, adoptaron el dólar americano, ¿ok? Adoptan el dólar americano porque ellos están, desde el principio de su fundación, se dieron cuenta que el dólar americano era lo que ellos querían hacer, los gobiernos querían aceptar como moneda, porque el dólar de ellos estaba completamente, la moneda de ellos estaba completamente devaluada, ¿ok? Panamá desde 1904, cuando se fundó, cuando se liberó de Colombia, Estados Unidos entró, construye el canal y automáticamente se convierte en lo que le llamamos una alianza de Commonwealth con los Estados Unidos. Y había un gobernador en Panamá hasta 1965 que realmente el gobernador salió de la gobernatura de lo que es el área canalera y se le entrega completamente en 1977 a los Estados Unidos el área canalera. En el 2001, en el año 2000 se entrega, en el 77 se forma el Tratado Torrijos-Carter. Entonces automáticamente se da del 77 al 2000 el tiempo de transición de todas las áreas canaleras de los Estados Unidos a Panamá. Pero se les recuerda a todos los panameños y a todo el mundo que los Estados Unidos se reserva el derecho de adquirir el canal de Panamá nuevamente. Puede volverlo a tomar porque lo dicen las cláusulas, donde en caso de cualquier guerra, en cualquier invasión, cualquier cosa comunista, cualquier tipo de problema, los Estados Unidos tienen el derecho de entrar nuevamente y tomar la franja canalera completa, desde Colón hasta Balboa, completamente, y entrar con sus tropas y defender el país de Panamá. Eso está escrito en el Tratado Torrijos-Carter. Y cualquier panameño que me venga a preguntar, me puede llamar y podemos hablar sobre esto. Y está escrito y se los puedo enseñar y se puede buscar y se puede añadir en la lectura. El canal de Panamá sí es entregado en estos momentos y es trabajado por los panameños. Y como panameña me siento muy orgullosa, pero quiero que sepan que eso fue fundado así. Los gobiernos socialistas de nuestros países no tienen el mirror, o sea, el ejemplo de gobierno de lo que se llama la parte legislativa, la parte judicial y lo que es la parte de la presidencia de los Estados Unidos, que son el componente completo de las tres branches o los tres partidos del gobierno de los Estados Unidos. Muchos de nuestros gobiernos no tienen eso, muchos sí lo imitan, pero no lo cumplen. Por eso que hay mucho socialismo, porque entran las infiltraciones de izquierditas en muchos países, como en Venezuela, como en Haití, como en Cuba, entran, infiltran, llenan y acaban con los pueblos. ¿Ok? ¿Por qué? Porque al momento de tú quitar el derecho de hablar, el derecho de adquirir algo por tu propia cuenta y que el gobierno te diga a ti lo que tú tienes que comprar, cómo comprarlo, a dónde comprarlo, cómo conseguirlo, cómo vestirte, cómo caminar, automáticamente estás en un socialismo. No estás en una independencia libre, autoritaria, sino estás en un socialismo o estás en un gobierno autoritario. ¿Ok? Que eso es lo que está pasando en muchos de nuestros países. Entonces, nosotros venimos a los Estados Unidos porque en nuestros países tenemos lo que se llama la democracia cristiana en muchos de los partidos políticos de nuestros países, los cuales pensamos que están infiltrados, casualmente están infiltrados por grupos que creen en el poder de Dios y en la Biblia y se basan en las cosas cristianas y por eso votamos demócrata. Pero cuando llegamos a los Estados Unidos nos damos cuenta de una cosa. Y si usted, por favor, quiero que abra el internet y vea los valores de lo que es el Partido Demócrata y los valores de lo que es el Partido Republicano de los Estados Unidos y se dará cuenta que el Partido Republicano es mucho más conservador y más cristiano que el Partido Demócrata. El Partido Demócrata es mucho más abierto al liberalismo y mucho más libre. En el sentido de que aquí, en los demócratas, ellos tienen derecho de elegir si quieren tener hijos o no quieren tener hijos, si quieren abortar. Roe versus Wade para ellos tiene que ser una ley que tiene que estar marcada porque la mujer tiene derecho a elegir sobre su cuerpo. También hablan sobre la transición del niño, etcétera, etcétera. Todo eso para ellos está abierto. Es normal el LGBT y todas esas causas son normales para ellos y tienen que aceptarse porque todos tenemos que estar unidos y porque todos tenemos que estar en ambiente de aceptar lo que pasa. En cambio, el Partido Republicano dice, no, pero es un momentito, la Constitución dice esto y esto y esto, y se van por la Constitución del 1776, y dice, aquí hay un formato escrito que está basado en las leyes de Dios, porque sí, la Constitución de 1776 está basada en un Dios que es el que rige la tierra, y ese Dios y los 10 mandamientos son los que rigen las leyes de los Estados Unidos. Entonces, el Partido Republicano ha implementado no voy a decir completamente todo el partido, porque el Partido Republicano ahorita mismo está dividido. Hay los liberales republicanos y están los conservadores republicanos. La mayoría son conservadores republicanos. Los conservadores republicanos son los que dijeron, ¿sabes qué? Roe versus Wade no la queremos eliminar. Y gracias a Dios se eliminó porque uno de la Suprema Corte de Justicia decidió que la ley no va, ¿ok? Se elimina la ley. Cada estado, de todos modos, elige lo que quiere en su gobernatura. Eso significa que usted puede volar a California y hacerse un aborto, porque California aceptó y va a aceptar el aborto sin ningún problema. Texas no. Texas decidió no lidiar con el aborto y lo cortó por completo. Y con todo eso hay todavía movimientos acerca de eso. Pero esos son casos que hay que hablar y se tiene que traer una persona experta para que esa persona experta pueda venir y darnos a hablar sobre lo que realmente es la ley de Roe versus Wade y qué fue lo que pasó y por qué ahora en Texas no se acepta y por qué. Ahora, cada estado tiene un Capitolio. Cada estado de los Estados Unidos tiene un Capitolio porque cada estado de los Estados Unidos es un gobierno independiente. ¿Ok? El Capitolio de Texas es uno de los primeros fundados, los cuales, y lo dice bien claro, fue diseñado en 1881, ¿ok? Y en estos momentos está reconocido como un landmark histórico desde 1986. ¿Por qué? Porque se gastaron $75 millones para construirlos. Y automáticamente fue fundado y fue diseñado para poder mantener lo que es la ley de Texas y sus presidentes de cada uno de los gobernadores que estaban trabajando en el estado de Texas. El Capitolio es 3.002.64 pies de alto, está en una montaña, es la más alta del lado de Texas, en ese lado, en Austin, y es más alta que el Capitolio de Washington, D.C. I have to say this, you guys have to learn this. The Texas State Capitol was built in 1981, was designed by Elias Mayers, and it was a total construction of $75 million. And right now it's being renovated. Some areas that are being renovated. And I'm not saying renovated, no, but rekept, because basically they want to continue keeping the intact building itself. They're working on the construction of that, and it's beautiful. This building is one of the historic places, and it was recognized as a National Historic Landmark in 1986. And every Texan should be proud, because I'm going to just tell you this. The state capital of Texas is bigger and taller than the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C. So that's something that all the Texans that are listening to me should be proud. You guys have a great, huge capital city and a great, huge government, because it's a great government. I'm just reading a little bit of the history, because it's important for us to understand that we are here, and the laws that are passed through us and are kept to us are laws that are protecting the landmark of Texas. Every single landmark in Texas, and not only that, every single corner of Texas, from the Panhandle all the way up, is completely protected. And we need to understand that that's something that I wasn't born in Texas, but I'm proud. I'm a proud Texan since 1993, and I should have been here before. Okay, and I'm going to be honest with you, I run here as soon as possible. And then the other thing that I like is that I was able to literally go directly to a day in the capital state. I just went through a whole tour, and that opened my mind completely, because unless you go and see it, how they pass a law, how they create a law, it gets approved, and then it goes up from the area of the representatives from the House of Representatives to the legislative part where the Congress is at, and they sit down build the law and automatically present it to them, and then you see the congressman, like they're voting. How they're voting is so interesting. I wish I could have taped that because we're not allowed to tape it, but it was such an amazing thing to see how these people work. And if you go to the House of Representatives, you see all these organized people. They're all over the place. Everybody's running around. It's like going through the New York State market. Everybody's like, here it is. You see people with papers all over the place running and saying, you need to vote for this. This is the bill. And they're talking. Everybody's talking at the same time. Okay. And then when you go from that area and you see them that they're working together, and you go to the area of the legislature where the congressmen and congresswomen are sitting down, everybody's sitting organized in their desks and a table, and they're all said, they bring the bills out, and each bill is appointed, and they mention who created the bill, how they created the bill, and it's expressed shortly of what it is the bill about, and basically everybody says yes or nay in an organized way, and they act on the bill by, of course, the House Speaker, boom, with his but I don't call baton, I think it is a little thing, like the judges. Then he says it passed or it doesn't pass. When it passes, it goes directly to the mayor's office. The governor's office. And the governor's office is the one that signs it and approves the bill or veto it. That means he's able to say, no, I don't want it, or he's able to say, yes, I want it. So all this process, I was able to see it in a day. And I said, and we're talking about, it took me 8 hours, but it was worth it, because you're able to understand right there then what you're fighting for. There's loss from the water and the pollution of the water through the medication that people need to give in for Alzheimer's. There's so many bills out there, you don't even know that they're created every 5 minutes. And that's why us, as a constituents, we need to go ahead and understand these. Because we're the ones who elect those representatives. We're the ones who elect those legislators. We're the ones who elect the congressmen in the capital city. We're the ones who elect them. And if they don't vote correctly, we're the ones that we're going to get affected. So that's something that is beautiful to see. Nosotros tenemos que ver. Yo tuve la oportunidad, estoy diciendo a ellos, que fui directamente al Capitolio de los Estados de Texas. Tuve un día entero y estudié cómo trabaja la legislación. Nosotros no podemos entenderlo hasta que no lo veamos. Yo he vivido aquí casi 40 años y yo hasta ahora vengo a entender realmente cómo trabaja esto y cómo nos afecta como personas. Entré, el edificio es magnífico, es más grande que el Congreso de los Estados Unidos, que el Capitolio de los Estados Unidos. Está en perfectas condiciones y usted va a la parte, lo que es la parte donde la Casa de Representantes, donde se crea las leyes, y usted ve cómo trabaja. Es como un área caótica donde están todos estos hombres y mujeres constantemente escribiendo, constantemente poniendo ideas de un lado a otro y comprando y se están comprando. Básicamente lo que cuando me refiero a comprar, están poniendo sus ideas y hay gente que se está probando. A veces cuenta que yo escribo un papel, escribo un bill y yo quiero que me ayude a que me apoyen los constituyentes del lado de los ganaderos. Los ganaderos vienen a mí, leen el bill y así se van hasta que quedan completamente todas las leyes escritas y se presentan completamente a ellos para pasárselas al Senado. Entonces, cambiamos de este grupo grandísimo, estamos hablando de cámaras grandísimas, y nos vamos directamente a lo que es el Senado. Y usted ve la organización del Senado. Están todos sentados en sus puestos y todos ellos se paran y hablan sobre la propuesta que se presentó, el bill que se presentó, y todos ellos organizadamente se vota si se aprueba o no se aprueba. Si se aprueba, pasa directamente ¿cómo se llama? A donde el gobernador, y el gobernador se encarga de vetarla si no le gusta o de aprobarla si está de acuerdo. Entonces, ¿Qué podemos hacer nosotros? Nosotros somos los que agarramos y votamos por todos esos representantes y votamos por todos esos senadores. Y cuando esto pasa al gobierno, automáticamente el gobierno es el que lo aprueba. Entonces, ¿cómo podemos hacer nosotros? Educarnos con las leyes que están pasando y averiguar qué me está afectando a mí. Hay leyes desde el agua que está sucia en la calle, hasta leyes grandes como las medicinas que se le están dando a pacientes de Alzheimer. Todo tipo de leyes, señores. Y ese es el gobierno de los Estados Unidos que yo estoy orgullosa de verlo vivir. Porque en 40 años que tengo aquí lo veo actuar como debe de ser. Y en estos momentos, con todo el caos que hay aquí, el gobierno de los Estados Unidos respeta su constitución y se está basando en su constitución. Eso es lo que tenemos que ver. La construcción, no solamente sino las restauraciones que están haciendo actualmente son grandes. Cuando ellos hacen restauraciones de un building que es histórico, mantienen completamente la estructura completa de cómo se mantiene. Y eso ayuda a que se preserve constantemente el edificio. En nuestros países, un edificio que es estructurado de 1800, si no se mantiene, usted ve los escombros, usted ve toda la suciedad, usted ve la gente afuera tirando basura. Aquí en los Estados Unidos usted no ve eso. Cada building de todos los estados que son estados, todos los edificios gubernamentales son protegidos por las leyes de los Estados Unidos también. Hasta eso. Entonces, tenemos que aprender que acabamos de venir de nuestros países y venir acá y aprender lo que es. And I'm telling them too that basically every single building that is in the United States that I have visited, I'm talking about I lived 10 years in Washington, D.C., so I have walked the community, I have walked the Pentagon, I have walked every single one of the mall, from the George Washington Building Monument all the way to Lincoln Memorial. I have been in the tunnels, I have been everywhere. I'm going to be honest with you, the United States of America takes care of their buildings that are historic. Every single office that is a government entity is being taken care because it's being paid by the taxes of the United States Americans that are listening to me right now. Everything that we do is in the United States, and I'm going to say I'm proud. I'm a proud U.S. citizen since 1986. And I'm not going to change that. Because I'm seeing it that it's working. And it took me 8 hours in the Capitolio, Texas to understand that every state of the United States have the same type of law that Texas has. They elect differently, but they base themselves on the Constitution. And that the federal government's laws are not the binding laws. No, the Supreme Court of the United States is the one that does the binding laws. We need to understand that whenever a governor says, no, I do not apply that law into my state, it's because it doesn't work that way. It's because the people behind that governor has decided to vote for that governor because he knows he's going to be protecting every single person in that specific state. And that everybody that is able to say no publicly, I don't like this, has a freedom of speech that is protected by the Constitution of the United States. In our countries, when we decide we don't want something and we talk, we get in really so much trouble. There's a lot of people that have been killed, kidnapped. They disappear just because they're against the government. They're taken and they're disappeared. That's what is a social regime. Dictatorships, authoritarian regimes. That's what we live from Mexico down. I'm going to be honest with you, like I said before, Bukele probably is right now is one of the best presidents of the world. He's in El Salvador and he has reconstructed completely El Salvador. And not only that, he has taken care. He has changed that country. That country was number one in crimes in the world. That country is the last country right now with crimes. People can literally leave their doors open because nobody's stealing nobody. Why? Because Bukele has already done what he needed to do. He put behind bars people that are corrupted people that are stealing. The Mara 13, all the cartels, he took care of them. If you go to Mexico, you're in trouble. If you go to Panama, you're in trouble. The safest place right now on earth, I'm going to be honest with you, I think is El Salvador, because not even the United States anymore. And I'm afraid to say this because I'm seeing that this emerge of socialism is crossing to our area, and you guys do not want that. Okay? I'm seeing that we're supposed to be taking care of our grounds. Now, lately, the grounds of the government have been beaten on or destroyed. The buildings are being graffitied and things like that. Those are things that were not here, were not being done before. And that's what I brought the structural issue of every single city on all the historic landmarks, like the Alamo in Texas or the Sam Houston State big image that they did right here in 45 North. We protect those because we take care of ours, and that's what it needs to be done and needs to be kept. In Latin America, those were burned, they're taken off, everything is being destroyed because the greediness and the people in the president or the mandataries in our countries are getting richer by the minute, and the people are poorer by the minute. So there's a 90% of people that are in low poverty, and 20% or 10% are rich. That's what it is. There's not a middle class anymore in our countries. And the middle class in the United States is starting to disappear if we let them. Those are things that we need to start listening to and reading and understanding. I'm going to go ahead and ask my producer to go ahead and open the Capital City website for us, because it's easier for me to explain something to the Hispanic community that probably you guys already know, and it's in regards of how to reach them, how to do the tours, how to go and see them. And then at the same time, there's pictures of both of the houses, the House of Representative and the Senate itself, so you guys can see where I was, because I went and I did the tour myself, and it was amazing, incredible. Okay, there's a general 1906 to maintain. See, that's what I was talking about. Established in 1983. Okay, the purpose of preserving and maintaining and restoring the capital city and general land offices, buildings, and the contents of ground for benefit of the city of Texas. That means lo que estoy hablando en Antito, que dice que hay una ley específica y fue establecida en 1983 en la legislatura 68, donde se mantiene, restaura y se protege a todas las oficinas y todas las legislaciones y todo lo que es el Capitolio y su contenido para el beneficio de los miembros del estado de Texas. Y es increíble, esto es muy bonito. Sir, can you check on the Capitol tours, please? Todos los días, every day, I think in there you're able to either do a self-guide tour because you're able to go in there at 9:30 a.m. to 4. There's buses that will take you from your city. I don't know where you stay in Texas, but you're able to go all the way Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. That's when the last tour finishes, and Saturdays from 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. And people walk and they see the history of Texas through us. You can contact them right there, and then you can make your reservations as well. Sir, can you see? I want to see the same. If you go to the properties, I think it is. No, that's not the government. There's a government mansion. That's the other one. Search on services. Let me see services. There's no pictures. Governing board, staff, employment, procurement, project. I was going to show you the pictures that I go down, sir, on that. Significant spaces, capital history. Go to I just clicked on it yesterday. Okay, right there. Oh, thank you, sir. Okay, go to the first that's the Senate. Go first to the House. Don't go to the Senate. Let's go to the House first. Okay, perfect. Right there. Okay, this is a copy. This is like an example of the House of Representatives. Okay, La Casa de Representantes. Este es el sistema, la foto más grande que hay donde está la Casa de Representantes. Todos los representantes de cada distrito se sientan ahí y ellos están constantemente pasando papeles. Si usted lo viera personalmente, pareciera un cuarto caótico. La gente se puede sentar arriba y ver cuando están pasando las leyes, están escribiendo las leyes y qué es lo que se discute. Eso ahí fue donde yo estuve como por 1 hora y media, casi 2. Y ahí está, let me just go right there, stay right there, sir. See that, están viendo ese board al final, donde tiene un montón de nombres. Ahí están todas, in that board, the board right there to the wall, the black board with letters, okay. Right there, that board right there, sir, has the name of every district in Texas representative. Every House representative district is right there. So when they're in the House, there's a green light. When they're not there, there's not a green light. And that means the person is representing us and that person is trying to, trying to vote for a bill or for something. Sometimes it doesn't say the name of the representative, but it will tell you the city and the person's number. That means that every House representative has a number, and every House representative has their own office. So they will vote through a little thing under the tables. In the tables, there's like a light, and they press the buttons when they're voting yes or no. And there's a House representative go towards this way, sir, right there. The head of the House, they sit right there, and they're the ones are sitting and they're talking about the bills. And if you go, are you able to scroll up right there? Perfect. Every time there's a bill in discussion, they put the bill in discussion right there. Okay. Vamos a hablar. En Nantito enseñé el board que estaba enseñando en Nantito es ese board donde están los nombres de todas las ciudades de todo el estado de Texas y los representantes. Ese board negro con los nombres blancos, ahí están los nombres de las ciudades y o si no está el nombre del mismo representante que se eligió para que vote por las diferentes leyes en la Casa de Representantes. Abajo en Nantito hay 3 sillas. Ahí está el speaker de la Casa de Representantes, que se sienta el señor Joel Strauss. Y ¿cómo se llama? Él tiene asistentes, ellos leen el bill para él y él toma acción para votaciones. Entonces, ahí desde cada uno de los puestos donde se sientan los representantes, ellos no gritan, ellos presionan un botón y el botón automáticamente se prende la luz. Votó por esa sección. Si no se ha votado es porque la persona no está presente o va a votar. Todo eso tiene hace cuenta que un ritmo, pero pareciera un cuarto muy caótico porque mucha gente habla, mucha gente corre de un lado a otro, porque están tratando de designar una ley y están tratando de tomar la decisión allí mismo, antes de que se vaya la ley a una segunda revisión. Pero acuérdense que las leyes que son reprobadas o no aceptadas van a una segunda revisión y vuelve y se puede votar en otra legislación. La orden, los legisladores ellos se unen una vez al año, se reúnen para hacer votación en el estado de Texas. ¿Por qué? El estado de Texas es uno de los estados que más organización tiene legislativa, donde ellos toman una sola vez una sesión al año y donde todos ellos se sientan a hablar sobre todas las leyes que se escribieron durante el año. Y en esa sesión, que son casi 2 semanas, casi 3 semanas, ellos votan por todas las leyes para no tener que volver a hacer esas votaciones. Sir, now you can go to the Senate. You can get out of there and go to the Senate, sir. The green room. That's the Chamber of the Senate. And I love that one. I don't know if it was more organized. No, nada que ver. Nothing to say that I didn't like the other one. It's just that it was very chaotic, and I was like, oh my God, very impressed about that. But when I came to the Senate, I figured out that everything was a rule of the House. It was in order. People will talk, and people will give their time to talk and discuss what they were discussing about. And you see the senators sitting down with respect. One chamber of the Democrat Party, the other chamber of the Republican Party. They are listed in a board as well. They vote and they elect the bills that are passing, and they in the top of the where the head of the Senate is at, which is the in the top, the center. There's another right there, the green thing right there. If you focus into that, sir, right there. Okay. The Texas Senate, whenever a bill is passed, it shows right there. Whenever a bill is not passed, it shows that it was not. The amount of votes that were against it and why it was not passed. The Speaker of the Senate is the one that makes the decision of the giving the time to the senator to speak, and it's very well organized. I have to say that I never seen something so organized in my life. I respect this session. I was able to see it completely, and I absorb every minute of it. Estuve en ese cuarto, este es el lado del Senado, como ven. El Senado es mucho más tranquilo, se sientan los senadores, ellos discuten las leyes que ya pasaron por la Casa de Representantes, que se les presentaron a ellos, y están divididos los demócratas del lado izquierdo, los republicanos del lado derecho. Así están sentados. Y cada uno de los representantes, de los senados, tiene tiempo para hablar sobre la ley que ellos escribieron y qué es lo que están tratando de votar. Y cada uno van y votan. Y los que están en contra dicen por qué están en contra. Pero es un orden perfecto legislativo. O sea, es increíble cómo lo hacen. Cuando pasa comúnmente, tienen que tener una mayoría para que pasen. Entonces, automáticamente en la parte de arriba, donde está el speaker del House, el speaker del Senado, él es el que pone el número del bill, si pasó o no pasó, y cuántos votaron y cuántos no votaron, y quiénes fueron los que están. Y automáticamente esa ley pasa a la casa del gobernador, a la oficina del gobernador, y el gobernador se encarga de firmarla para apruebo o de negarla y vetarla. Cuando la ley es vetada, automáticamente se regresa a la Casa de Representantes muchas veces puede ser revisada, puede ser reescrita completamente y se vuelve a hacer el proceso completamente. Es precioso ver este acto porque significa que hay muchas personas que votaron por toda esta gente, todos nosotros como ciudadanos americanos, que somos votantes, votamos por toda esta gente que nos representan. Y ellos automáticamente son los que van allí y hacen la ley que pase. Sir, can you get out of that one? And let me go to the main, okay. There's okay, go to the, okay. We're going to go ahead and go to the last one, the Secretary of State office. Go to that one. No, the Secretary of State. And I'm going to close with this. The Secretary of State office is where the Secretary of State receives all the paperwork before it's presented to the governor. And there's regulations and rules passed there. He oversees this office, and it's interesting how senators that created the bill meet with the Secretary of State before the law is presented to the governor, and that's where the law is automatically goes from it, and there's a process for that. La oficina del secretario de Estado, ya voy a cerrar prácticamente con esta clase, pero es preciosísimo como la ley pasa escrita a este lugar y este lugar agarra la ley y el secretario de Estado revisa la ley junto con los que crearon la ley y automáticamente pasa a la casa del gobernador. You can get out of that one, sir. Thank you so much. I know that I have been taking your time. We're getting close to closing, and I have to let you guys go. But I was going to go ahead and say something that somebody asked me before I close. They were asking me what was an indictment. An indictment in our countries, we don't have indictments. And because we don't reserve indictments. And they were saying basically that our ex-president has been 3 indictments. An indictment for us is basically the person goes in front of the judge and the person goes into the jail. We don't have we don't have what Mr. President had, that he went in, they present his charges and they read his charges and he says, no, I'm not guilty, and he walks away. And until the court comes in and they give him a jury date and a court date for him to present, and fight about his charges. No, over in your countries, we don't have that. In our countries, we do not have that. We go to in front of the judge and the judge puts us in jail and that's it. And we stay there 5, 6 years, 10 years. Sometimes we're innocent and we stay there for long until that court is able to be open and they let us free. If we're free or they sentence us. That's what is a socialist government versus a democratic republic like the United States of America, gentlemen and ladies. En los Estados Unidos me preguntaron que era un indictment. Un indictment es donde se le presenta a la persona los cargos sobre cargos de cosas que ha hecho mal y se presenta delante de un juez y se le leen los cargos y la persona dice no soy culpable o sí soy culpable y tiene abogados, como el señor expresidente de la República, el señor Donald J. Trump. A él lo están acusando, el tercero que fue ayer y básicamente se presentó en las Cortes Federales y dijo no soy culpable. En nuestros países no pasa esto. En nuestros países nosotros vamos adentro, nos dicen usted es culpable de esto, va para la cárcel y cuando se le encuentra que no es culpable, lo sueltan. Acá no. Acá hasta que no haga una corte y haya un jurado, no hay una corte. Y aquí la ley es así. Al menos que usted sea culpable y se haya dado culpable en una corte, usted es inocente hasta ese último momento. Ese es lo que es los Estados Unidos de América. Okay, and that's the rule of the law in the United States. Basically, unless you are found guilty in a court of law, you're guilty. Meanwhile, you're innocent until proven wrong. Okay, and nobody can blame you for anything. So at this point, with an indictment, nobody's guilty. Okay, until proven right that they're guilty. In our countries, no. Whenever you're in front of a court, you're guilty and you go in. Okay, that's the difference between a systematic and oppressed government versus a Republican government like the United States and the beautiful way this country is being made. I'm just going to let you guys go. It's been a pleasure giving you a little bit of history. And if you have any questions in regards to this, let me know. My phone number is 832-732-4744. And I am very honored that I be able to live here for the last 40 years and learn the government of the United States and have my dream come true of living here. Gracias a Dios por estar aquí, por vivir en este país por los últimos 40 años, por pertenecer a un sistema republicano democrático donde la verdad sale a la luz, sea a quien le guste o no quien le guste, y al mismo tiempo aprender de él. Si usted tiene alguna pregunta, puede llamarme al 832-732-4744. Es un poquito de información de lo que yo viví y lo que usted puede vivir si usted realmente quiere estudiar y aprender sobre el gobierno de los Estados Unidos. Thank you so much again for being with us today. Thank you, First Financial Bank, for supporting our effort to search and to give the information. Gracias, First Financial Bank, por ayudarnos a dar la información y mantenernos en el aire. I thank you to Lone Star Community Radio for giving us this little time to talk to you guys about what is the capital of Texas and how the government of the United States works. Gracias a Lone Star Community Radio por mantenernos al aire y darnos la oportunidad de comunicarnos con usted y enseñarles qué es el Capitolio de los Estados Unidos y de Texas y cómo trabaja un poco el gobierno de los Estados Unidos. Que pasen buenas tardes. Nuevamente su anfitriona Jenny Rosales y nos vemos en la próxima. Thank you so much. Your guest and host, Jenny Rosales here, and have a good day. We'll see you in the next edition. Hey, this is Jenny from Voces en Accion. First Financial Bank can help those who wish to purchase their own home but do not have a Social Security. Their IT and home loan can be a perfect option for those in that situation. They're able to be reached and they can help you at 936-439-1800. That number is 936-439-1800. The American dream, it is at the reach with First Financial Bank. First Financial Bank, it is an equal housing lender, member of FIDC. Hola, soy yo, Jenny, de Voces en Acción, y vamos a hablar sobre nuestro patrocinador, First Financial Bank. First Financial Bank le puede ayudar a quienes desean comprar su propia casa, pero no tienen un número de seguro social. El préstamo hipotecario de ITN puede ser una opción perfecta para quienes están en esta situación. Estamos aquí para ayudarles y los puede contactar al 936-439-1800. El número es 936-439-1800. 1800. El sueño americano está al alcance con First Financial Bank, prestamista de vivienda equitativa, miembro FIDC.